All right, ladies and gentlemen, here for set 3, the character of this two mallet piece is really spirited and upbeat. And I think Heen really shows us how uplifting and fast and light this could be. So the rhythmic integrity piece has to be the first priority. So Heen, can I ask you to play on one note the rhythm of the opening? Just play the opening idea just on one note. Do you hear how every single note has direction and it's very evenly spaced? That's got to be top of mind for your rhythmic integrity to bring the spirit of this piece open. So all we do heading into letter A is build two phrases. Dug-a-da-dee, ga-dum-ba-dum, ga-dum, ga-sig-a-da-dug-a-da-da. Second time, dee, ga-dum, ga-dum, ga-dug-a-da-dig-a-da-dig-a-da-da, and we arrive at letter A. Heen, could you play the beginning to letter A and listen how that there are two peaks, but the second peak is more important for us to arrive at letter A. Bigger right here, and then there's our payoff, and that sixth. And that sixth has an open quality and has a little bit more of kind of a romantic feeling and a more romantic consonant harmonic feeling though. So here at A, you have the same version of triplet, but it's open. So the voicing should inform us in terms of our sweetness. So there's a sweetness here at letter A in terms of the harmony and the arrival point. So could you play letter A, just those first two bars, Heen, to show us that we're gonna have the same triplet, but the voicing is open, so it's a little bit sweeter, not quite as driving. Just that in its nature is more light and a little bit more open. Great. One more time, Heen, if you don't mind. So you have the same rhythmic integrity, but it's just a little bit lighter, and that's our harmonic payoff. Now, I'm going to bring your attention to the gliss there in bar 13. So take a look at, Heen, could you isolate how you are choosing to do this gliss, please? So you can see he's thinking about tone first, and you're playing on the edge. Is that right, Heen? So he's choosing to play on the edge, so he's getting the best tone. I'd also like to show the students and the band directors, when you choose to play on the edge, be sure you're playing half on and half off. Don't think that you're playing on the edge and accidentally get up towards the nodal point. So I always like to share with my students, if you think about playing half on, half off, that means you're always going to be on the far end of the bar. You get the weight of the core and the mallet for the best tone. The other practical reason he's doing that is once he plays with that great tone, he's able to grab the quality of the gliss on the way down in one gesture. One more time, Heen, if you don't mind. 2, 1. He's got a beautiful sense of rhythm and phrasing and shape right into that bottom note. Great job, Heen. And so now we come into the chorale. This is letter B. You'll hear that Heen is listening carefully to the moving line. So again, in other videos, we've talked about the number one priority is making sure your hand speed is appropriate to the amount of resonance and the tonal concept in your ear. So you're going to hear him balance his hands in a way that brings the moving line out slightly through number one, a little bit heavier touch, but also roll speed. So could you show this at letter B, Heen, please? Stop there. Great job. And what's neat about this phrase is that Heen has the opportunity to bring his left hand out. That's the moving line. So he's going to stay light on his right hand, almost like it's resonating by itself. And then the second time, his right hand is the moving line, and his left hand is the resonance of itself. Great job, Heen. And then we have the end here, C, a bit of a recap and homage to the beginning of the piece. Very spirited, very light, very stylistic, all the way up to the 3/4 bar, and then, of course, the dead stroke at the end. Could you show us the last two bars, Heen, how we release on that top note, 2, 3, and then the gentle dead stop, dead stroke? And, of course, it's very light, but we also want to make sure it's very, very muted and staccato. So again, we're using a little bit of forearm, and it's very light, and we set the forearm down. We don't try to use our wrist and push. We want to get up into the yarn just a little bit, and then set our forearm into that. That gives us a really beautiful pizzicato quality. One more time, if you don't mind, sir. Beautiful. You can hear how compact that last note is. Well done, Heath.